My child, chosen one, stop for just a moment and listen with your heart. Heaven intercepted your scrolling on purpose. I am speaking now about one thing, your peace around them. You keep asking, God, is this from you or from my emotions? You are tired of second guessing. You are exhausted from rehearsing conversations, checking messages, replaying moments, trying to stitch together confidence from scraps of chemistry. Breathe. I see the nights you hold your phone like a lifeline, and the mornings when dread sits where joy should be. Hear me. I am not confusing you. I am clarifying you. Do not skip this message. You cannot afford to ignore the very signal I gave you to stay safe. I lead you by peace, not by panic, by clarity, not by chaos. Here is the first and most merciful thing I do when something is not aligned with your future. I remove your peace. Before the argument, before the confession, before the evidence your mind is demanding. Peace leaves first because I protect you from what your eyes cannot yet see. When you feel that quiet, steady safety drain from the room, from your chest, from your prayers, do not call it moodiness. Do not call it overthinking. Call it what it is. My protection sounding the alarm. You have prayed for a sign, but you kept waiting for proof that would not hurt. Understand me. Proof often arrives after damage. Peace arrives beforehand to prevent it. If your peace disappears around them, heaven is already answering you. This is not rejection, it is rescue. This is not punishment, it is preservation. I am not taking love from you, I am shielding love within you. Stay with me to the end of this message. By the time we finish, you will know how to measure this relationship by peace versus confusion, by fruit versus fantasy, by conviction that guides versus condemnation that shames. You will see the difference between pressure that rushes and covenant that rests. You will learn the signs that show up before the storm breaks, so you do not have to rebuild after it. I will give you a simple, obedient next step that honors your peace and guards your future. If your spirit is leaning in, secure this stream of discernment. Now subscribe so these warnings and confirmations reach you on time. And share this with the one who keeps ignoring their peace to keep a person. Obedience opens protection. Attention opens clarity. Chosen one, set your heart. From this moment on, your peace will not be negotiated away. I am here, and I will make it plain. My child, hear me clearly. Do not confuse chemistry with covenant. Chemistry can be loud, history can be heavy, attraction can be convincing. But none of these are my confirmation. I do not sign my will with adrenaline. I sign it with peace. Your body may buzz, your mind may race, your heart may pound, and still, that is not the language I use to anchor a future. Intensity is not holiness. Proximity is not destiny. Familiarity is not my fingerprint. Peace is. Understand the difference. Excitement spikes. Peace steadies. Excitement demands. Peace leads. Excitement pulls you into performance. Peace invites you to rest. Panic says, hurry or you'll lose them. Peace says, wait and I will keep you. Pressure makes you shrink yourself to fit. Peace makes room for who you truly are. Where I am forming covenant, you do not have to audition your value. You do not have to beg for safety. You do not have to trade your boundaries for belonging. I see the trap that keeps catching your heart. You keep calling anxiety love because chaos has been your classroom and turbulence has felt like home. You keep calling control care because vigilance once kept you from being hurt. You keep calling inconsistency chemistry because hot and cold feels like proof that something real is happening. But listen, I am not the author of confusion. Confusion keeps you circling. Confusion keeps you striving. Confusion keeps you negotiating what should be non-negotiable. When you are with a counterfeit, your standards become a debate. When you are with what I have blessed, your standards become honored. Test the fruit. Pressure produces hypervigilance, checking, proving, apologizing for your discernment. Peace produces clarity, slow truth, consistent character, respectful pace. Pressure punishes pauses and reads your boundaries as rejection. Peace respects pauses and reads your boundaries as wisdom. Pressure flatters you with words but drains you with outcomes. Peace may speak softly, but it builds something you can sleep inside. Where my will is moving, the conversation may be honest and even stretching, but it will not be punishing. You will not dread the next call. You will not rehearse arguments more than you enjoy presence. You will not lose yourself to keep them. Do not confuse attention with affection. Do not confuse pursuit with protection. Do not confuse magnetism with mission. I am not asking you to hate what drew you. I am asking you to discern what will hold you. Chemistry can start a fire. Covenant builds a hearth. Chemistry can light a night. Covenant lights a lifetime. If the spark keeps burning the house, it is not love, it is a warning. My will is marked by peace, not pressure. I am not shaming you for where you have been. I am shepherding you into where you are going. Breathe. Name what your body has been telling you, the not before their text, the silence in prayer when their name rises, the relief that floods back when distance returns. That is not moodiness. That is me, guarding what I gave you. I would rather disappoint your impulse than endanger your destiny. Chosen one, trust this. The relationship I author will strengthen your no, honor your wait, and welcome your I need time to pray. Now that you see the difference, stop letting panic call itself purpose. Let peace take the microphone. In the next breath, I will show you how to let peace decide like an umpire so you do not guess your way into grief again. My child, now let me make it plain. Let the peace of God rule in your hearts. Colossians 3:15. Hear the weight of that word, rule. The word rule means to act as an umpire to decide what is in and what is out, what is safe to run toward, and what must be left on the field. I gave you peace, not as background music, but as a referee with authority. Peace is not a bonus to love. Peace is the official that determines whether you can build here without breaking yourself. Stop arguing with the umpire. When peace calls it out, do not keep playing as if it were safe. Do not run the bases of fantasy when the call has already been made. Do not demand instant replay after I have already protected you with a whistle in your spirit. I do not confuse you. I do not tease you. I call it clean, and I call it early, so you do not have to bleed for the evidence you think you need. How do you let peace rule? Start with your own body and spirit. What happens inside you around them? Tight chest, racing mind, dread before the call, compulsion to check, to fix, to chase, a sudden loss of clarity that used to be your normal when you were with me. Your appetite for truth dims, your boundaries blur, your prayers go quiet or frantic. That is the umpire throwing a flag, yes, even before you can explain why. Do not call that flag mood, call it mercy. And learn this difference so you do not misread. My voice, conviction and fear do not sound the same. Conviction is clear and restorative. It names the issue without annihilating your worth. It invites repair. It brings you back to me and gives you language to address what is broken. Fear is loud and paralyzing. It scrambles your thoughts, shames your needs, and keeps you stuck between yes and no while time drains away. Conviction will steady your spine. Fear will steal your breath. Peace travels with conviction. Panic travels with fear. Chosen one, let peace make the calls. If peace says pause, you pause. If peace says not this, you do not rewrite the rulebook to satisfy your loneliness. If peace remains even while you wait, that wait is still safe. If peace withdraws, stop. Do not force what heaven is not blessing. In the next moments, I will place in your hands specific signs, measurable, repeatable, so you can stop living inside maybes. I will teach you how to recognize the early calls, so you can honor your peace and build only where you can sleep in safety. Stay with me. Let peace speak and then obey. My child, here is the first sign. Your peace leaves before you even have evidence. Notice the earliest tremors. Your laughter doesn't land the way it used to. The room is not lighter after they enter. It is thinner, tighter, crowded with a pressure you cannot name. Your calm breaks. The center that used to hold starts wobbling. You walk away from the conversation, and you cannot pray like you did an hour before. You feel a quiet ache in a place you cannot point to with a finger. You hold your phone and your chest drops. You wake up with a mind already sprinting. This is early warning mercy. Understand what I am doing. I show you the fruit before it ripens. I let you taste the aftertaste before you swallow the whole thing. I give you tomorrow's consequence as today's signal, so you do not have to harvest bitterness with tears later. I remove the blanket of false comfort, so you will not fall asleep in a house that is already on fire. Peace leaves first because I love you first. But this is where you argue with yourself. You keep asking for just one more conversation to clear the air, one more apology to soothe the sting, one more promise to reset the clock, one more date to prove your discernment is too dramatic, one more chance to be fair. And while you bargain, your peace keeps withdrawing like the tide. You keep finding words. I keep taking away the wind that carries them. Do not confuse more conversation with more confirmation. Repetition will not turn a counterfeit into a covenant. Ask yourself what I am asking you right now. Do I feel closer to me when I'm connected to them, or do I feel spiritually numb and mentally scattered? Answer it without editing. When you hang up, are you drawn to worship, or are you drained into worry? When you leave their presence, do you become more honest or more performative? Do your boundaries feel blessed or bargained down? Peace tells on what the surface language is trying to hide. Chosen one, if you recognize this sign, I am not shaming you. I am guiding you into protection. Do not demand proof that bruises you to finally believe what peace whispered to spare you. When peace leaves first, it is not rejection, it is protection. Obey the mercy you feel. Pull back to me. Let the withdrawal of peace be the line you will not step over, even for loneliness, even for longing, even for the version of them you keep imagining, rather than the fruit they keep producing. My child, hear me. When confusion becomes your normal, you are not working on it, you are working against yourself. This is the pattern I am exposing right now. Mixed signals that swing from warm to cold. Unclear intentions that never quite land in language. Inconsistent effort that makes you do double the labor just to feel half as safe. And yet you keep investing because you think that if you give more, you will finally earn certainty. You trade your rest to buy what peace would have given you for free. This is not maturity. This is captivity. I am not the author of confusion. Understand what covenant looks like from my hand. Love does not require you to decode a riddle every week. Partnership does not demand that you play detective to interpret basic honor. Covenant does not need you to manage a constant crisis to keep connection alive. Confusion is not chemistry. Drama is not depth. Unpredictability is not passion. It is a storm signal. Take the confusion test with me. After you interact with them, do you feel anchored or do you feel mentally foggy, emotionally hijacked and spiritually drained? Do your thoughts slow down into truth or speed up into spinning? Do you leave conversations with clarity and a plan, or with whiplash and the need to replay every sentence to see if you missed a hidden meaning? When my peace is present, your soul settles. When confusion rules, your soul scrambles. Do not normalize the scramble. Do not call it growth. Do not baptize anxiety with the phrase, "We're just working on it," when what you are really working on is convincing yourself to stay. Watch the pressure tactics that ride on the back of confusion. Decide now, prove yourself now, fix it now, or lose me. That is not urgency from heaven. That is manipulation dressed as momentum. Counterfeits rush so you will not ask wise questions. Counterfeits press so you will not pray. Counterfeits flood your senses so your spirit cannot hear the umpire. If the timeline cannot survive your boundaries, it is not a covenant, it is a trap. Chosen one, I have not called you to live exhausted, policing tone and timing just to hold something together that collapses without your constant rescue. I have called you to build where clarity is the climate, where your yes means yes and your no means no, where questions are answered with patience, not punished with distance. If confusion is the atmosphere, it is not my instruction, it is a warning. Obey the warning, step back until peace speaks again, and stay with me, because in the next breath, I will place a fruit test in your hands so you will not be seduced by sweet words while the harvest stays bitter. My child, take this into your hands now, fruit over fantasy. Do not evaluate speeches, evaluate harvests. By their fruits you will know them. Matthew 7:16. Not by their timing of texts, not by the swell of a playlist, not by poetic apologies stacked after the same wound repeats. Fruit tells the truth that words try to hide. My will produces patience, honesty, purity, and stability. Counterfeits produce hurry, half-truths, compromise, and chaos wrapped in charm. If it sounds right but builds restlessness, the harvest has already spoken. See how manipulation masquerades as affection. Flattery that says, "You're the only one who truly understands me," then uses your empathy to control your schedule, your sleep, your circle. Attention that floods your day, then slowly isolates you from wise voices. We don't need their input. They're jealous. Church is full of hypocrites until your community goes dim and the counterfeit is your only light. Apologies that weep on Tuesday and repeat on Thursday, then ask you to admire their effort while your peace keeps bleeding out. Sweet words, bitter fruit. Here is the fruit test for your spirit. Do they honor your walk with me, or do they mock it as too deep, too intense, too much church? Do they slow down when you set a boundary, or do they negotiate the edge until the line disappears? Do they help you guard purity, or do they bait you with just this once, we're committed anyway? God knows our heart's phrases that sand down conviction into convenient compromise. Do you leave their presence more honest, or more edited? More present with me, or more numb and scrolling? If your discernment keeps shrinking to survive connection, the fruit is wrong. Look for these markers of godly character. Consistency that makes yesterday's promise match today's practice. Accountability that submits to counsel and refuses secret corners. Humility that apologizes without the word but and changes at the pace of obedience, not at the pace of your threats. Willingness to repair through truth, time, and tangible steps, not gifts and grand gestures that reset nothing. Alignment with the fruit of my spirit love that protects. Joy that is not performative. Peace that does not vanish. Patience that does not punish, pauses. Kindness that does not keep score. Goodness that does not go gray when temptation knocks. Faithfulness that is the same in private as in public. Gentleness that does not spike into rage. Self-control that can stop, wait, and pray. Chosen one, do not let fantasy cross-examine the fruit. If the outcomes are bitter, believe them. If your peace is starved to keep the storyline alive, you are paying with the very signal I gave to save you. Step back. Call bitter what it is, even when the caption is sweet. I am not taking love from you. I am removing poison from your cup. In the next breath, I will show you why some connections feel spiritual, while they quietly steal your peace. The enemy counterfeits covenant with urgency, intensity, and imitation light. Do not answer the rush. Let me expose the pressure that bypasses discernment, so you can choose the peace that builds what will last. My child, chosen one, lean in. I am pulling back the veil on a familiar war. The enemy does not need you to hate love. He only needs you to choose quickly without peace. He aims for speed, not depth. He floods your senses, spins the room, sets a countdown clock, and dares you to jump before the umpire can make the call. He knows that when you slow down and listen, peace will expose him. So he manufactures urgency to make you override the whistle I placed in your spirit. Remember, my word, whoever believes will not make haste. I steady, he stampedes. Watch how counterfeit pressure moves. Urgency that says, decide tonight or I'm gone. Scarcity fear that whispers, you'll miss your chance. No one else will want you like this. Jealousy games that keep you competing with ghosts and screenshots to prove you are worth the chase. Demands that sound like romance but feel like a hostage situation. If you love me, you'll break that boundary. Post this now. Sleep on it? No. Show me now. Silent treatments timed to your convictions. Sudden tests you didn't agree to. Love should not feel like a stopwatch. Covenant does not require you to outrun your own discernment. You are not weak for feeling this pressure. You are in a fight for your future, for your calling, for your emotional stability. Tenderness is not your enemy. Manipulation is. Desire is not your enemy. Distortion is. I see the ache that makes easy offers sound holy. I see the loneliness that makes noise sound like leadership. But hear me. You are not at the mercy of impulse. You are under the guard of my peace. The peace of God will guard your heart and mind. Let it guard. Let it stand at the door with authority. So obey me with these commands. Do not answer from panic. Breathe. Pray. Wait until the water clears. If it cannot survive a pause, it is not covenant. Do not commit while bleeding. Heal before you promise. If your heart is hemorrhaging, stop the vow and tend the wound. Do not confuse loneliness with instruction. Loneliness is a feeling. It is not a map. Do not let now bully you out of true. If their ask punishes your boundary, it is not love. If your I need to pray triggers a threat, you have your answer. If the relationship requires you to mute the umpire to keep it, you are paying with the very protection that keeps you safe. Hear the contrast and etch it into your spirit. Counterfeits feel urgent. Covenants feel peaceful even when they require patience. Covenant peace does not eliminate diligence or honesty. It simply refuses to hold you hostage. Covenant can wait while you seek counsel. Covenant can breathe while you rest. Covenant honors your not yet as wisdom, not as an insult. Where I am building, you may feel stretched, but you will not feel stampeded. Chosen one, when you choose the pause of peace, you will notice something else I do on your behalf. I close the doors that pressure tried to pry open. I remove access that urgency tried to manipulate. Do not call that cruelty, call it covering. Stay with me, because in the next breath I will speak to you about closed doors and repeated obstacles, how my no is mercy, how I shield you when you keep trying to force what heaven is not blessing. My child, listen with your heart. When doors keep closing, it is not always because you are failing. Often, it is because I am shielding you. My no is not cruelty, it is a shield. You see patterns you cannot explain, conversations that won't land, plans that keep unraveling, reconciliations that hold for a week and then snap back into the same wound. You try harder, give more, bend further, and still, you meet resistance that makes no sense on paper. Hear me, I am not punishing you. I am protecting you from a future you cannot yet see. I stop what you are tempted to force. I drain the sweetness that used to dull your discernment. I reveal patterns you tried to label as bad timing, but are actually bad fruit. I expose incompatibility in values, in pace, in spiritual hunger, so you can leave with wisdom, not with rage. I do this gently at first. I let the sparkle fade. I let the mask slip. I let honest feedback find you through counsel you didn't plan to seek. When you ignore the whisper, I make the door heavy, not to humiliate you, but to keep you from walking into a room that cannot hold what I placed in you. Do not call loyalty what is really bondage. If you have to lose yourself to keep them, it is not love, it is captivity dressed as commitment. If staying demands that you betray convictions, silence boundaries, or barter peace to pass their tests, you are not being faithful, you are being dismantled. Covenant honors the person you are in me. Counterfeits require the death of your discernment to survive. Any connection that only lives when your peace dies is not from my hand. Watch how I remove, quietly and clearly. I let the high wear off so you can hear the umpire again. I surface repeat cycles so you stop calling them exceptions. I slow the momentum, not to tease you, but to reveal who changes only under pressure and who changes under truth. I bring you the right words at the right time through scripture, through mentors, through that unease you keep rebuking as overthinking until you can finally say, this is not safe to build. My closed door is not a vendetta, it is a firewall. I am containing the damage you would not see until years later. Chosen one, I know the ache. You grieve the dream, not just the person. You grieve the version of yourself that thought this would be different. Let me comfort you. You are not being punished. You are being preserved for peace, for purpose, for a steadier love that will not demand you amputate parts of your soul to fit. Rejection is often redirection. Delay is often deliverance. I am guarding the future conversations, the children you may one day guide, the calling I have already written, the clarity you begged me for in prayer. My no today is protecting your yes tomorrow. So release the handle you have been white-knuckling. Stop calling locksmiths for doors I have sealed. Do not beg entrance into rooms where your peace cannot breathe. Agree with my mercy. Bless and release without bitterness. You do not have to prove your worth by persisting where heaven has withdrawn permission. Step back into the place where you can hear me, where your spine is strong, where your tears are seen and your future is safe. Now, lean in, because in the next breath, I will teach you how to discern the difference between a holy waiting that prepares and a permanent warning that releases, how to tell when peace remains for restoration and when peace withdraws so you can walk away in obedience and be free. My child, hear me. Waiting is not denial. Waiting is often my workshop, but you must learn the split preparation versus a permanent warning so you do not confuse mercy with permission. If the season is mine, peace will remain. If the situation is a trap, peace will withdraw. I do not require you to hold your breath to prove your faith. I teach you to breathe and still believe. This is what preparation looks like. Peace stays, even as you slow the pace. The pause does not punish you, it clarifies you. Over time, humility grows on both sides. Less defense, more listening. Accountability becomes normal, not an emergency break. Wise counsel is welcomed, not resented. Boundaries are honored without negotiation. Repentance is not a speech. It is a pattern, consistent, specific, verifiable change. There is movement toward healing, counseling appointments kept, community re-engaged, spiritual practices revived. Clarity increases like sunrise. Noon is not immediate, but the light is undeniably growing. The fruit starts to match the apology. You feel more yourself, not less. More anchored in me, not more edited to keep the peace. When it is preparation, I align time with truth. Doors open slowly but surely. Conversations mature. Pressure decreases as trust increases. Your spirit can pray. Your sleep returns. You do not have to mute the umpire to move forward. Now, this is what a permanent warning looks like. Peace leaves and dread becomes your default. The longer you wait, the more you walk on eggshells. Cycles repeat with fresh wrapping, but the same wound. Disrespect escalates from tone to tactics. Stonewalling, sarcasm, threats dressed as boundaries. Secrecy deepens. Hidden chats, private corners, shifting stories. Spiritual compromise becomes normal. Just this once becomes culture. Purity turns negotiable. Church and council become too much. You shrink. You become more anxious, less honest, less present with me. Your boundaries require a courtroom to defend. Your community grows dim because connection demands isolation to survive. When it is a warning, time does not heal, it hardens. Confusion expands. Fruit sours. You feel yourself fading to keep the storyline alive. Understand this about my heart. I can restore what is mine, but I do not restore what requires you to betray your peace. I will not ask you to crucify the signal I gave you to save you. I can redeem broken places where humility and truth have taken root. I will not varnish rebellion with romance. Restoration is recognized by increasing peace, increasing honesty, increasing accountability, and increasing fruit, not by louder promises and longer speeches. So ask me these questions, and heed how your spirit answers. Does peace remain when you pause? Do boundaries make the connection breathe, or do they trigger punishment? Does counsel bring relief, or does it provoke isolation? Does time reveal growth, or simply reset the clock on the same cycle? If the season is mine, peace will remain. If the situation is a trap, peace will withdraw. Do not argue with this law. Obey it and live. Chosen one, you do not have to guess your way through this. In the very next breath, I will guide you into a step-by-step response, a peace-first protocol for contact, boundaries, and prayer, so you will know exactly what to do today, not just what to feel. My child, here is your next right step. The most spiritual thing you can do today is protect your peace with a clear, obedient action. Not a speech, not a spiral, a step. I am placing it in your hands now, and I will walk with you as you take it. Step 1. Pause. For the next 24 to 72 hours, no decisions, no declarations, no late-night negotiations with your longing. Return to me. Fast from emotional bargaining. Fast from surveillance. Fast from just checking in. Do not text from fear. Do not call from panic. Lay the situation on the altar and let the water clear. In returning and in rest you will be saved. In quietness and trust will be your strength. Invite my peace to rule again. Pray simply, Father, quiet the noise. Let your peace speak louder than my attachment. Then listen. Journal what rises once the adrenaline drains. Step 2. Set one clear boundary that protects your peace and communicate it without apology or threat. One boundary specific, simple, enforceable. Time. No calls after 9 p.m. Access. We meet in public with a defined end time. Purity. No physical intimacy while discernment is in process. Finances. No loans or shared expenses. Communication tone. I will not engage with sarcasm, shouting, or silent treatment. Deliver it calmly, then watch their response. Covenant honors boundaries. Counterfeits punish them. Their reaction is revelation. Step 3. Ask me for confirmation through consistency, counsel, and scripture, not through signs that feed obsession. Stop gambling your future on coincidences and coded hints. Look for consistency over weeks, not intensity over a weekend. Involve wise counsel who knows you and fears me. Do not hide the details that change the verdict. Open my word daily. Let it cut motives, not just comfort feelings. If peace deepens alongside steady fruit and affirmed counsel, you are safe to proceed slowly. If peace shrinks, you are not. Step 4. If necessary, reduce access. Silence is not punishment. It is space for truth to rise. Mute the thread. Limit availability. Decline the meeting. Create physical, digital, and emotional room so your spirit can breathe and the fruit can speak without noise. If the connection cannot survive reduced access, it was being fed by your constant rescue, not by real repentance. Chosen one, take these steps today. Do not delay. Act in small obediences that protect big futures. I am not abandoning you to figure this out alone. I am guarding you as you obey. And in the next breath, I will address the hardest part, why you keep going back, and how I heal the attachment beneath it. So peace is not only your decision, but your new default. My child, here is why you keep going back. It is not because you are foolish. It is not because you are weak. Hear me with compassion. You are not addicted to them. You are attached to what you hoped they would be. You return to an image, to a promise, to a version of the story your heart longed to live. That longing is not sin, but the way you are trying to satisfy it has chained you to a counterfeit. I am not here to shame you. I am here to free you. Let me name the pattern: familiar chaos. What you survived before can feel normal now. Your nervous system memorized storms and now mistakes intensity for safety. Adrenaline has become your evidence of love. You feel the spike and call it passion. You feel the drop and call it proof you care. Silence triggers fear, so you chase. Their inconsistency activates your rescue reflex, so you overfunction to keep connection alive. This is not romance. This is survival scripting. I am rewriting it. I am teaching your body to recognize peace as safety again. Now, about soul ties. Your soul can be knit through words, secrets, vows, physical intimacy, repeated spiritual talk, even through cycles of pain that glue you together with crisis. I designed holy bonds for covenant. The enemy counterfeits them to hold you hostage. Here is the fruit of an unhealthy tie: obsession that keeps you checking constantly, mind loops that replay conversations you cannot fix, inability to focus on assignments I gave you, spiritual dullness where prayer feels heavy and worship goes numb, fear of being alone that twists every boundary into a threat. Your appetite shifts, your sleep breaks, your schedule bows to their moods. Your convictions blur when their name appears. That is not love's freedom, that is a leash. I am not taking love from you. I am taking bondage off of you. I am not just removing a person. I am restoring your identity so you stop tolerating what wounds you. We will untie this together. Start here. Renounce the agreements you made in panic. I can't live without them. I will accept anything to keep them. Those words bound you. My truth breaks you free. Repent where compromise clothed itself as connection. Release them from your rescue. Forgive where bitterness built a bridge that kept you walking back to prove a point. Close open doors, digital, emotional, physical, that keep reattaching you to the same cycle. Invite my peace to retrain your body, slow breathing, unhurried prayer, counsel that honors me to make quiet feel safe again. I restore your soul, I renew your mind. Perfect love casts out fear, and fear has been the puppeteer behind these strings. Chosen one, I am rebuilding you until your no stands without shaking and your yes flows from peace, not pressure. You will not always crave what hurts you. You will not always feel pulled by what I am removing. Your tears are not wasted. They are washing away agreements that never matched your calling. Stay with me, because in the next breath, I will place a declaration on your tongue and a public commitment in your hands so you can seal, in faith, the decision to choose peace over confusion and walk forward free. My child, here is where you seal it. Speak this with me and type it where your fingers can agree with your spirit. I choose God's peace over emotional chaos. Do not postpone it. Do not whisper it in your head and hope it counts. Put it in the open. When you choose peace publicly, you strengthen your spirit privately. This is not for show. This is for alignment. Say it. Write it. Let your own eyes see your own obedience. Now add this line and stamp it with authority. Peace will rule my heart, and I will not beg for clarity. Then, ask me plainly, without oversharing names or details, Lord, teach me to honor the umpire of peace in this relationship. If you want to be even more specific, add one sentence of obedience. Today I will pause, set one boundary, and listen. That is enough, not a speech, a stand. Hear my comfort as you declare. You are not losing them. You are finding yourself again in me. You are not closing your heart. You are closing the door to confusion. You are not rejecting love. You are rejecting the leash. Your declaration is a key. It locks what drains you and unlocks what guards you. With these words, I quiet adrenaline, break panic-made agreements, and reawaken your discernment. You will feel your breath return. You will feel your edges strengthen. Peace is rising to the surface again. Chosen one, stay with me. In the very next breath, we will pray. I will cover you with discernment, surround you with protection, and clothe you with courage to obey what peace is speaking. My child, bow your heart. Pray with me now. Prayer does not make confusion holy. Prayer makes peace louder so you can obey. I am here with you. I am near to your breath. Let my presence settle you as you speak. Say with me, Father, shine your light and expose what is hidden. Reveal motives, remove deception, and unmask anything, wearing spiritual language to pressure my soul. Silence, counterfeit urgency. Break the spell of flattery. Bring into the open every tactic that blurs my boundaries or edits my convictions. Let truth cut cleanly between what is covenant and what is counterfeit. Let the peace of Christ rule in my heart like an umpire, calling safe and out with authority. Now ask me for internal stability. Father, lay your hand upon my nervous system. Calm the adrenaline. Slow the rush. Break obsessive loops and compulsive checking. Interrupt rumination with remembrance of your faithfulness. Restore my sleep. Grant me deep, unbroken rest. Return focus to my mind and steadiness to my body. Retrain me to recognize quiet as safety and peace as home. Where trauma paired chaos with love, sever the pairing and rewrite it with truth. Let your peace guard my heart and mind, setting a watch over my imagination and my nights. Pray for courage. Father, give me strength to set and keep boundaries without apology. Give me wisdom to pause before I answer, patience to test the fruit, and boldness to walk away if peace is absent. Break the fear of being misunderstood. Break guilt that tries to make obedience feel like cruelty. Make my no steady and my yes clean. Clothe me with courage to honor the umpire of peace, even when pressure shouts and timelines threaten. Now protection. Father, guard my heart, guard my mind, guard my purity, and guard my destiny. Place a hedge around my purpose and my future home. Close every door that leads to harm, to secrecy, to compromise. Open every door that leads to wholeness, to wise counsel, to holy community, to truthful love. Sever unhealthy ties and reclaim the parts of me I gave away in fear. Surround me with your angels. Let no weapon formed against my peace prosper. Keep my steps from paths that drain, and anchor me in the way everlasting. My child, I seal you now. I bless your ears to hear peace clearly, your eyes to see fruit honestly, your tongue to speak boundaries calmly, and your feet to follow me without haste. From this moment, peace is the rule going forward. Do not override it. When peace speaks, obey. I am with you in every step, and I will keep you in perfect peace as your mind stays on me. My child, stay with me for this final seal. I am placing my hand upon your heart and setting a law you must not break again. I will lead you by peace. When peace is present, proceed in trust. When peace withdraws, I am redirecting you. Do not wrestle against your own rescue. Do not force what heaven is not blessing. Your peace is my protection. Honor it, and you will not miss what is truly for you. Hear my hope over your future. If this relationship is mine, I will align it without demanding that you sacrifice your peace to keep it alive. I will confirm it by steady fruit, by welcomed counsel, by increasing honesty, and by rest that returns to your body. You will not have to beg, chase, or bribe peace to stay. Peace will remain because I am in it. And if it is not mine, I will heal you thoroughly, restore your strength, secure your identity, and bring what is better in my appointed time. I am not teasing your heart, I am tailoring your future. So stand still and let the truth show itself. Do not chase, do not strive, do not negotiate with red flags or translate panic into prophecy. Let the umpire make the call, let closed doors remain closed. Let boundaries reveal character without you performing to manage the outcome. Where I am building, you will feel stretched but not stampeded, refined but not erased, patient but not punished for pausing. Trust me, I do not require you to amputate discernment to taste love. I require you to keep peace at the helm, so love can be safe to build. Make this your rhythm from today forward. Before you answer, check for peace. Before you plan, check for peace. Before you attach, check for peace. If peace speaks, obey. If peace is silent, wait. If peace withdraws, walk away. I am not far from you. I am within you, guarding, guiding, whispering, ruling like an umpire. Keep your mind stayed on me, and I will keep you in perfect peace. If this word confirmed what you've been sensing, like this message as your amen, subscribe so I can keep training you in discernment and peace-first guidance. Share this with someone who needs permission to choose peace. And comment your first name with the word peace, or leave a simple request for discernment and strength. Let this community pray over you. Chosen one, I seal you in calm authority. I will lead you by peace. Do not ignore it again. Walk forward unhurried. Walk forward unafraid. What is truly yours will not demand the death of your peace to survive. I am with you, and I will get you safely to what I have prepared.